I've been very grateful to hear so many speak of God's glory, His holy glory, and the oncoming likeness of God, as we've heard spoken of. I've been reading Psalm 63 regularly in the morning, and what's burning in my soul is really revealed there. Psalm 63, verse 1, O God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh longs for you in a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. But then he says something so remarkable. So I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory. And he's speaking of the glory of God in the sanctuary, among the gathered people of God. And this is such a sacred trust that we have been given in the local church, as we've just been speaking of here. And I want to continue this theme and end this time with this matter of God's holy glory, particularly in the local church. Now, in 2020, the world experienced a massive earthquake. But it wasn't like any other earthquake the world has ever known. This earthquake was global, and it shook the entire world. And the tectonic plates shifted, and they shifted hard. And out of it, something new emerged, something we'd never seen before. And it was the state-sanctioned church. The church bowed down to Caesar in 2020. You understand that? The church took her cues, her directions, her instructions from Caesar. And all over America, there were thousands of state-sanctioned churches for the first time in our lifetime. This is so intimately connected with glory. So I have looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory. And millions of people who call themselves Christians thought they could experience this glory over a live stream. It was profane. It was the essence of the likeness of God that Tom Askell spoke of at the very beginning. And my appeal to all of us here is to, with all of our hearts, seek the Lord's glory in His sanctuary. Run to the sanctuary. Run to your local churches. Don't let anything keep you out of them. Give your whole life to the prosperity of your local church. It's there where the glory of God is displayed. What's burning in my soul is what God is doing to strengthen His church. All of these things have been very good for the church. The church has been winnowed. The church has been filtered. And those who will be the state-sanctioned church have told us who they are. And it should take your breath away. No one knows how this will progress in time to come. But be grateful that God is strengthening His church. There are more bold men than I've ever known across this land. Things are clearer to them, and they are even more doggedly committed to their local churches and the preservation of the worship of God, so that the people of God would see His glory in the sanctuary. And so I want us to understand just how glorious the Church of Jesus Christ is. And I want to just close by reading the Apostle Paul's words to the Ephesian elders. And in this section of Acts chapter 20, beginning in verse 28, the Apostle Paul gives the most stunning illustration of the value of the local church. Therefore, take heed to yourselves and to all the flock among which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers, to shepherd the church of God, which he purchased with his own blood. The church is of such glory. The church is of such importance that Jesus Christ shed his blood for her. And I pray that all of us in this room will assume the disposition of Jesus Christ toward his church, that we too, in our own ways, would give to the local church, that we would spend and be spent for our brethren in the local church, and that we would give our blood for the church of Jesus Christ. And that's what's burning in my soul. It's the glory of God in the sanctuary and the preservation of the sweetness of all of these ordinary means of grace for his precious people who need them so desperately. Let not any government change that in your life.